All right, so here's an image. What I've done is actually traced onto the picture where my pinch pots are going to be. So I'll just point them out to you. I've got one pinch pot that's upside down like this. That's kind of like the shoulder part of the bear. I've got another pinch pot that's like most of the head. And then I'm going to use a couple pinch pots for the mouth, because I'm going to have the mouth be open so you can see some really ferocious teeth coming through in this project. There's other ways to think about doing the pinch pot. So that's these images on the back. Like if you're doing a dog, maybe you cut off right at the shoulders as well. But you'd probably have a different kind of look for your pinch pots. So you'd probably have a different look for your pinch pots as you put them together. Here's an example of a full-bodied animal. So you might have like one pinch pot for the rear end of the animal, another pinch pot for the front end of the animal, and then another pinch pot that's part of the head. Okay? Those are all things that you can think about as you're planning out your project. So here's the start of my bear. I made one large pinch pot that's part of the bottom. Right? Then I've made an additional pinch pot. And again, you are not going for like perfectly round pinch pots on these. You're just sculpting them to look the shape that you need to make your project. So what I'm going to show you next is how, looking at my picture, I'm going to get this pinch pot in the right area and how I can carve out clay that I really don't need. So to begin with, I got to decide where the front part of my bear's face is. So that's going to be right here. So I'm going to place this so that way I've got a little bit of room on the back side that's part of the shoulders. And then the head is kind of towards the front. So this is going to be like leaning upwards and doing a big roar. Next thing I'm going to do is score, slip, seal. Okay, as you start getting the form put together, you just care about the shape. Right? You just care about the shape. So I'm just making sure that as I'm forming this together, that I'm making this the shape that I want. So once I get this next pinch pot on here, so I did a little mini pinch pot that's going to be part of the open mouth. So do you see how this is just a lump of clay that I'm not forming the full pinch pot out of? I'm just doing a small section here. So this is like the top part of the mouth. So I'm going to put this in an area that makes the most sense. And then I'd score, slip, seal this on. If you feel like you've got more clay than what you need in certain areas, you can just pinch it off. I think it's better to start with more than less and just pinch off what you don't need. So then I'm going to make an additional pinch pot that's going to be part of the bottom part of the mouth here. From there, you just want to look at your picture and decide where everything's going to be placed. Well, I've got to make sure that I've got a good spot where the eyes are going to be. You can actually take clay and add it onto the outside if you need to. So like I know that I've got to add more clay in this area to have a good spot where the eyes are going to be. So I can just take that, blend it on. So that's where the eyes are going to be placed based on where the picture is, showing them to be. Then I'd work on sculpting and modeling and creating all the details that I need to on the sculpture.